Okay, everyone, and welcome back.
Oh, chessboard is set up. Opening move is important. No. However, Shizune doesn't seem to care. Hanako ponders her moves carefully, sliding the pieces forward just a little bit, then pulling them back in uncertainty, second-guessing herself over and over again. Alright, bye-bye, Bun Bun. She's really into this game. You can't call her a casual player. Definitely an enthusiast. Shizune can't take her lightly. No matter what she does, Hanako has an appropriate response. I agree.
You have your own dinner. May I have some?
Yet there's something wrong about the pacing of this game. Shizune moves too quickly. No, not even too quickly, but with illogical speed. It's like she isn't even thinking about what she'll do next. Either Shizune is in the realm of supercomputers, or she isn't taking this game very seriously. Maybe Hanako just isn't very good. Oh, Bun Bun.
Don't give me ideas, Kaiju.
Keep in mind, I'm in the middle of coding a rather big one. Shizune forces an exchange of pawns. Hanako's turns take increasing amounts of time as the game goes on, and it hasn't even been going on that long. Suddenly, it all becomes clear. Shizune has a lot more time to think about her next move because Hanako takes forever to move a piece. Despite that, it's an interesting game. Black knight to f6, bishop to d3. Since they're both playing seriously, no one is toying with the other. There's no clearly dominant player, at least for now. Maybe this is helped by the fact that they aren't very close to each other, from what I can see. Shizune is a mysterious opponent to Hanako, and Hanako is an enigma to Shizune. Hanako's furrowed brow shows she's into the game. She wants to really win, and Shizune also wants to win. The lack of familiarity is a little depressing, but it is giving life to the game and allowing them to see each other as good competition. Maybe they might even end up being friends over it, or at the very least, rivals in chess. It's an optimistic thought. Although, remembering playing Risk against Shizune, she doesn't want to just crush people for the fun of it. The game continues. Shizune plays 12 moves in 4 minutes. Scary opponent. Hanako holds her own, even though her king is being chased around the board a bit. Pawn to h6, white knight to e6. The end is near. The game ends. That was a really good game!
Thanks.
It was really close. I thought I would lose. You're very skilled. Magnanimous in victory and extending a hand to the defeated. It's because Hanako is taking her defeat so well. This is a fun game. It took so long, almost a whole period. Chess is too formulaic, especially at this level. How about some advanced rules? What?
Advanced?
Yeah, like speed chess, or chess with additional pieces, or maybe we could pair up and play tag team chess with 1 or 2 boards. Your choice. Come on. Come on, it'll be fun, really. Regular chess is so slow, too methodical. It's boring. I want to play chess that rewards quick thinking and daring. Any one of these. Comparing chess to it is like comparing checkers to Go or tic-tac-toe or shogi, right? Even laser chess might be more exciting. Pick something, pick! Like a deer in the headlights, many emotions spring up in me, watching Hanako's mind reel in front of the chessboard as if she's about to faint. The dominant one is amusement, but I move a little closer in case she might really topple over. Board is set up again. This time it's not even close. Hanako can't even make out Hanako can't even make a move out of fear of her hand colliding with Shizune's. She's all over the board. It's an onslaught. Anywhere Hanako wants to put a piece, Shizune is already there. It's the fastest game I've seen in my life. Well, let's change the rules. Play again. Best out of 6, like Casper and Deep Blue. Aww. Hanako. Bye, Hanako. Hanako excuses herself and flees from the room. Huh? Wait! No. Didn't she want to know where she could get a new ID? Excuse me? Hello? Come back, please! Wait! Strangely, the farther Misha goes away, the louder the sound of her voice seems to grow. I couldn't catch her. Shizune pats her on the shoulder reassuringly. There. Pretty cheerful for someone who needed a pat on the shoulder. Hey Chan, do you hate games where luck is involved? Question out of nowhere, but feels like an important one. If it wasn't, why would Shizune be looking at me, watching for my reaction? Boy, every time I have to do the Misha laugh, it makes me yawn. Yes, Shizumori face. If it wasn't, why would Shizune be looking at me, watching for my reaction? Even as I glance in her direction, she tries to pretend she isn't doing so, putting on a casual air by spinning a chess piece in her fingers. Hey, there's our composer. What's up, Luma? Good morning. What in the world are you doing up this early? Wait a minute, for you are... Okay, so it's not as early, yeah. So it's what, 5, 6, 7 for you, right? 7 a.m.? Is that right? Okay, got it. That was close! I keep forgetting that you're 2 hours ahead of Ryan, so... At any rate, good morning. Welcome to the stream. I don't like games that revolve around luck of the draw, right? That was you, He-chan. Yes, revolving around luck isn't the same as just having luck involved, though. I don't hate games just for having an element of luck. Most games have an element of luck to them anyway. It's what keeps them interesting. I think a game where you know from the beginning how far you can go is boring. Then it's not a game, is it? It's just going through the motions. For a game where you have little to no control, I don't think I can get into something like that. I see. Kaiju senpai. Thank you for the gifted sub. And how appropriate that the channel's music composer, or one of them, has a subscription. So thank you very much. That girl isn't very good at chess. Yeah, I think you've already taken care of our other composer, Zhao. So, chess is a formulaic game, so it's a game that isn't suited for her. There was nothing formulaic about her. As someone who plays chess like that, looking only at the next piece, playing so shallowly, can't be called a serious chess player. Anyone who loves chess to the point where their eyes sparkle like that when they see a chessboard would be the kind of person who would study the game. If you study it just casually, you can learn to see at least 2 moves ahead, even against pros. Why would someone who loves the game so much, with that enthusiasm, know so little about it? Even less than someone with just a passing interest in it. Shizune puts down the piece in her hand. It's a rook. Her feelings are real, but her feelings for the game aren't real. You understand, He-chan? Not particularly. There's no luck in chess. It's very important to realize that. Luck in games is good because it gives everyone a chance. Just enough to matter, but not so much the skill is penalized. Chess is boring because it's not a game to me. It seems like formulas. Hanako isn't the kind of person who would love something like that either. If you value something, you fight. Struggle is proof of preciousness? I think so. At least, or you concede immediately, since it's so precious that it stops your thinking. First is a passionate love. The second is gentle love. I tried to fight her, chasing around her king, trying to bait her. I didn't succeed, though, because she stuck to only what would work. The trickiest moments were when she moved the fastest. That means she knew exactly how to deal with those situations. That means someone taught her. You understand, Hee-chan? Not really. If you love chess that much, but you can't give it your all, it's because you love the memories attached to it, not the game. It's too precious to her to see as a tool for true competition. You know what? I get that. Due to that, you can't become friends over it, not without words. Well, your way of making friends isn't the kind of way that works on everyone, Shizune. The look on her face isn't one of sadness, at least, as far as I can tell. Gosh. Oh. But her words are very sad. Hey, let's play a game. Well, the board is still here. But the bell rings and cuts me off. Things have returned to normal. Yeah, it really is. I have seriously been thinking about making a separate copy of Katawa Shoujo and cracking into it, because I need to see the code, for one, and it would be interesting to see if some of the sounds can be used. I hope they would have a text document with credit. Okay, moving on. Things have returned to normal. Well, I transferred in at a pretty unusual time, and I can hardly say that I had a normal first few weeks here. I guess it's more like things have calmed down and reached normality. Been here longer than I thought. It's hard not to think about all the stuff I must have missed in this school before my arrival. One of the things that might have happened in my old school since I've been gone. I wonder where these feelings are coming from, since I didn't leave much behind. I have a lot more here that I like. If that wasn't the case, then I wouldn't even bother with something like student council or Shizune and Misha. I would be hard-pressed to care about anything if the school was how I imagined it would be. So even this feeling of daily routine makes me glad, in a way. I dread the amount of work that's going to hit me in student council after school, enough to want to consider stepping out on my duties just this once. Yet, it's nice to feel like there's something I can do. Shizune drops a stack of attendance sheets next to me. Shizune drops a stack of attendance sheets next to me. Thanks again for helping out. Thanks again, Hee-chan. Sure, it's a lot of work though. And to skip out on sign language class again, but now I'm at a level where I can understand most of Shizune and Misha's conversations with each other. I'm not too bothered by it. Shizune still doesn't know that, though. I'm determined to keep things that way until I'm very sure of my skills. Perhaps it's a little childish of me. Tanabata is in less than 5 days. Tanabata is in less than 5 days, but they're only going to start building the stalls tomorrow. Hey, Chan, we might have to help out with building stalls again, starting tomorrow. Why? What was the point of taking them apart then? It took days, didn't it? Yep, that's right, even though Hee-chan wasn't there for it. I would have helped out if you asked. It wouldn't have made sense to bore you with cleanup duty after you enjoyed the festival so much. It wouldn't have made sense to bore you. Making you clean up right after the festival would have ruined the fun. Besides... Hee-chan's lazy anyway. You would have tried to run away again. Shi-chan doesn't like playing foxhound. That stings. Shizune covers her mouth with her hand and starts shaking. Takes me a second to realize she's laughing, mostly because she's doing it so completely soundlessly. It's a little strange to see, but more or less the same good-spirited kind as Misha's, without being eardrum piercing. That's a good question though, Hee-chan. Stalls! It's a storage issue. The school doesn't have anywhere to store so many stalls, since each one is pretty large. They don't pay for outside storage either, so this is what they decided on. It's inefficient, but cheaper. Because the school doesn't have anywhere to store that many stalls, Hee-chan. Oh, yeah, right. They do, but they don't want to pay. I'm sorry, Shi-chan. That's because of the previous generation. The leadership decided that outside storage costs had risen too much, and the student council before us was too weak-willed to tell them that it's stupid to have to build and disassemble 60 stalls twice every year. Okay! Hee-chan, let's eat something. Feels like we've been working all day. We have. Now that I think about it, I am hungry. Would have had lunch, but it was really crowded today for some reason, so I decided it wasn't worth the trouble. It was like that today because they had some especially interesting things for sale on the side. Like what? No, don't tell me. I guess it doesn't matter, since I won't be able to eat them anyway. Shizune looks oddly pleased with herself. I wonder what the context of that would be. I prepared ahead of time for this. Beaming with self-satisfaction, she produces a wide assortment of food from her bag. I can immediately see that 90% of it, or more, was taken from the lunchroom. There's a lot, as well. Isn't there a limit on how much a person can buy? That means these gains are definitely ill-gotten. The veal cutlet bread is always sold out in the first minute of lunch. I'm impressed you managed to obtain one. Thank you. I reach for it quickly, but Shizune immediately makes a grab for it as well. Her hand goes slack for a second when it touches mine, but she immediately pushes forth with redoubled effort. A blazing competitive spirit flashing dangerously in her eyes, her fingers pry at mine, searching for an opening. I don't budge an inch, prepared to fight for this bread with my life. I might never have another chance to eat this. Fully aware that if we continue like this, we could crush the bread, greatly reducing its edibility. Misha, tell her that unless she lets go, that bread is going to be crushed. Why can't you do it yourself? I'm startled she can so nonchalantly let slip that I could communicate with Shizune just fine if I wanted to. I almost consider the possibility it was intentional, but I'm sure she was just distracted trying to tear the wrapper off a juice box churro. Isn't it obvious? Can't let go of the bread. I can't tell Shi-chan that then. She puts her palms up to the sky and shrugs, a wide grin on her face. Why not? Because you have a stake in this, so I can't trust you. Shi-chan wants to reply, she has to let go of the bread, and then you win. Who knows? Maybe that's what you want, Hee-chan? It wouldn't be fair, so I'm gonna be neutral, like Switzerland. Switzerland? You know about Switzerland? Of course I do. It's neutral, they're neutral. She's like, she really is, like, I hate it. It's almost like the game, it's almost like she's self-aware. The game is, like, quite literally taking advantage of... It's like the game is taking advantage of its ability to make a character seem more attractive. And so it's using the route to force me to like her. And I have to admit, that's good motherfucking writing. Like, that's really epic. Shizune stares at me cockily, the tip of her tongue sticking out slightly from between her teeth as she continues to tug firmly at the veal cutlet bread between us. Yes, my wife has impeccable taste. I mean, let's face it, she married me. So that's gotta count for something, right? What? Suddenly she lets go and holds her palms up, holds her hands up, palms facing outwards, the universal gesture of peace. This seems like a poor way to settle this, doesn't it? And we might crush the bread. She glares, her passive expression quickly plummets into a disapproving grimace. Hey now! You bitch! Come over, give me a kiss. Please. Thank you. I hope that other special needs project you're working on has... Oh! I see. Okay, I get what you're saying. Disassociative identity. I might have to... Kaiju-senpai, I know you have a better handle on the dissociative identity story than I do. Do we have somebody with a competitive spirit like that? I'm honestly not sure. I have been so completely inundated working on this bond we share that I've completely lost track. He-chan, drop the bread. We are negotiating now. I drop the bread reluctantly. Misha's hand darts in from the side, her fingers drumming across the table as it makes its way over. Ha! Don't mind me. I don't even really like veal. I'll just take this sandwich right here and something to drink too. Picking them up cautiously, she immediately retreats. She has the right idea. I could just pick something else. There are lots of delicious things here. Chicken katsudon bread is also a popular seller, ranking high in taste and demand, but I've already eaten one before. You're so immature, Sal. This wouldn't be a problem if you would pick something else. Chicken katsudon bread is delicious. You're so immature, He-chan. Why don't you pick the chicken katsudon bread instead? It's delicious. But I have already eaten that. He-chan, why are you so obsessed with eating the veal cutlet bread specifically? It's hard to get normally. Rare things are more delicious. You are acting like a child. You're acting like a kid, He-chan. This is so much fun. Just going back and forth. Why don't you eat the chicken bread? That's not important. Turning bright red, she smiles cunningly and continues. The fuck? There is no reasoning with you. So it looks like there's only one way to settle this. We are going to play for it. It doesn't matter. We'll play for it instead. Somehow I expected this. It's a logical conclusion. Shizune has been studying for a long time, pretty much continuously up until now. With our finals over, I guess that surplus energy has to go somewhere. Play what? The oldest game known to man, upon which the fate of nations has been known to rest. Rock, paper, scissors. We'll play rock, paper, scissors. Really? That sounds... I can't. Oh. Really? That sounds so serious, She-chan. There's no humor in her expression. She is dead set on this. Okay. She draws her hand back and I mirror her. Go! We both put out rock. Draw. I thought I had the perfect plan. Rock is unbeatable. Shizune frowns, deeply upset by this unexpected turn of events. Not as planned. Again. 2 papers. Damn. Again. We both throw out 2 rocks again, but a third hand is among us, representing scissors. This looks like fun. Can I play? It's a duel, Shi-chan. Dueling conduct. You're right. I really don't know. We'll play the most dangerous game man ever made. Dance Revolution. It's on, asshole! Faster she signs, the harder it is to follow. In fact, looks like even Misha's having trouble keeping up. What's she talking about? One more time. We tie again. Every time, Shizune demands a rematch, eventually skipping that step altogether and throwing rock, paper, scissors out with increasingly reckless abandon. Even playing completely randomly, we continue to tie. This is a mathematical long shot. Misha hovers above us, watching it all, laughing each time we draw. After 16 rounds, Shizune pushes her chair away from the table and stands up. Enough of this, He-chan! Brain.exe is shut down. Enough of this, He-chan. I see what I have been doing wrong. This will be all over in the next round, so brace yourself, okay? Okay? I've studied your thought processes, and I see how you play. I'm anticipating your next move, and we'll combat it expertly. This is all news to me, as I can't remember what we're doing this over. Damn it. There he is with the wall of text. From the dissociative identity mod, some of the new club presidents I'd say could be competitive in the same way. Shizune. Only character with a condition. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Shizune grins confidently, a look of fearless daring on her face. Cool eyes flash with pure competitive spirit as she draws her hand back, goading me wordlessly to do the same. Performs amazing, like a professional bowler or something, just to throw a hand motion. 2 papers. Shizune's body immediately goes slack. She rubs her temples with a look of exasperation on her face. She lets out a sigh so long it sounds like a tire deflating. I realize I've gotten a lot hungrier in the time we've been doing this. We can just split it. I break the bread in half and offer half of it to Shizune. She takes it. Thank you. Yeah, you can. You can just see her die inside. That expression is great. She looks at the bread in her hand, studying it. But this feels hollow somehow. Regardless of how she feels, she still eats it. All of a sudden, I see Misha observing the scene out of the corner of my eye. Hey, Chan! That was very romantic, I think. Oh, come on. She laughs and takes a bite of her second sandwich. We eat in silence for a while, Shizune and I managing to avoid any other contests, and then we go back to work. As I finish up the day's usual filing, I think to myself that this might be Shizune's way of trying to start this week on a high note. After all, tomorrow is when the real work will begin. And with her hands literally full building stalls, she won't be able to talk very much. It will likely be dull and tiring like it was the first time around. I'm appreciative of her effort in that case. It's nice to have days like this as a way of enjoying yourself before the days ahead. I think that was her idea as well. I also remember that I still have to get rid of Kenji's package. The damn thing is bulky, and somehow I've never been able to track him down since I picked it up. God. After student council is adjourned for the day, I walk towards the vending machines to look for something to drink, parting from Shizune and Misha. It's a short trip, but after even just a few seconds, I start to get the feeling I'm not alone. Oh boy. Bare hands cover my eyes. Guess who? Shizune? It's me, He-chan! Yeah, I know. Then why'd you say it was She-Chan? It's okay to be wrong sometimes, He-Chan. You're too proud. Anyway, after student council, you don't usually have any plans, right? So you're just gonna go straight to your dorm? Where else would I go? Okay, that's great. That's great, He-Chan. I want to talk to you today, so this works out perfectly. 2 high school students alone after classes in a quiet, empty building. As the sun dyes the sky a romantic amber color, this cute girl says that she wants to talk. A secretive and appealing situation. My imagination is buzzing. Likely not going to be anywhere near as exciting as I'm making it out to be, but it's fun to play it up that way. Popping sound of my canned coffee opening destroys any chance of maintaining such a cheesy mood. Sounding louder than I'd have ever thought imaginable, amplified by the context of the situation. I know, right? I sigh in disappointment and relief. So, what is it? Oh! Actually, I'm a little behind in some of my classes, and if I don't catch up, it could be a problem. I can't put it off any longer. My teachers say that I have to really start taking things seriously, so I should listen, especially because this is the 3rd time. I'm sorry, He-Chan. Why are you apologizing? I won't be able to help you, or She-Chan, with student council for a few days. It'll only be for 2 or 3 days, really. I'll definitely try to come back as soon as possible, but I can't say I'm happy about this. It's supposed to be getting really busy this week, too, isn't it? Some unfortunate timing. For a second, I want to ask, maybe Shizune could pull some strings to get her out of it. Old man Jake is. But Misha looks so genuinely apologetic about it. It would be pretty dickish of me to say something like that. And besides, if she says it's something that can't be put off any longer, I'm inclined to believe her, considering how surprisingly serious she can be with student council duties. Yeah, I see. It's okay. You managed with just Shizune and yourself last year, didn't you? I'm sure I'll be able to as well. Don't worry about it. Really? Thank you, He-Chan, really? Yay! I didn't know He-Chan would take it so well. I thought you'd be worried with how there's going to be so much work with Tanabata coming up and everything. Damn, she knows me oddly well. But He-Chan is so composed. I'm glad. Yeah. Golly. You're sort of right. I was thinking about it, but it's not that big a deal. I'm not going to freak out over that. It's going to be a little annoying passing that pad back and forth to talk to Shizune, though. Hey, Chan! Just tell She-Chan you can use sign language, too. I don't understand why you won't. Not yet. I can understand most things already, but I want to be really sure. Actually, wouldn't mind. Secrecy's killing me, too, and it would be nice to be able to talk to her in a real conversation. Don't worry. I'm going to have to tell her eventually. I want to. Actually, I'm trying to think of a good opportunity for it. That won't be a problem, He-Chan. Why not? Well, because I kind of told She-Chan, God damn it, this bitch! Because I kind of told She-Chan that you could understand her. She was worried about the same thing, that you wouldn't be able to understand each other, so I was worried, but it worked out fine in the end after all. I lose it. Ah! Do you know how stupid I look now? I sat there for like half the damn day acting like I couldn't read sign language, and are you seriously telling me that she knew the whole time that I could? She's probably thinking this guy's a complete jackass pretending he can't understand me. I just made a total ass of myself. How could you let me do this? Misha frowns, sitting lost for words on realizing that I'm taking this differently than she might have expected. She doesn't speak again until after seeing that I've calmed down. Right? But, He-Chan, I think this is definitely for the best, she says without batting an eye, having waited patiently through my panic to say it. The cheerful delivery of her words makes it seem like she sliced out the time between when she dropped the bomb on me and now. It's pretty funny, in a way. You have such a one-track mind. You know that? Yes. damage is done. If Misha can believe that things will work out with such unflinching surety, maybe it's worth giving it a chance. And if things don't work out, I'll run as fast as I possibly can. Try and make it up to me anyway, just in case. She offers to buy me another drink from the vending machine. It's a very small token of apology, but I suppose it's the thought that counts, and her thoughts are sincere. Plus, it's a free drink, so I accept. God damn it! I was afraid that was gonna happen. Fuck. Throw back my daily fistful of pills with a glass of water. After a solid 8 hours of sleep, I don't really know what I was so afraid of last night. As I chew the particularly large tablet in half, I continue to rationalize my worries away. Shizune knew I was taking sign language classes all day yesterday and didn't make a big deal out of it. She might be mute, but that doesn't mean she can't make her feelings known. No, and in fact, it seems like she's all the more direct for it. She doesn't beat around the bush or hold back. Hi, Rain! Welcome to the stream. She always makes herself clear, unapologetically, so there can be no mistakes. So, she wasn't mad then. It's unlikely she would be at all. And on top of that, I didn't do anything wrong anyway. But, as that fear of mine recedes, thought of spending a couple of days with Shizune without Misha takes its place. Hadn't really thought about it yesterday, but the idea becomes more and more intimidating. It's true, I can understand sign language pretty well, but I definitely hesitate to say I can understand it above a basic level. If she were to speed up her signing, which she does quite a bit, I don't think I would keep up. Signing too is not my strong suit. Doing both at the same time like Misha can is still a distant dream. Hey, Jan! What? Don't forget, you said you would help out with the building stalls today, behind the school after classes are over, okay? I know. Last time you helped out, Hichan, we really appreciated it. This time it's even more important, so skipping out is unforgivable, okay? I want to ask why that is. But there isn't any opportunity to. Besides, Misha is behind in her classes, so it seems like a bad idea to distract her now. Did I know that? I can't always ask her at lunch, which is what I end up doing. Because, Hichan, a festival that celebrates a town is exactly what it sounds like. It's to celebrate your home and its history. Tanabata is different. It's for wishes and lovers, and it definitely makes it more important, doesn't it? Yeah, naturally would be. Isn't that really what it's for, though? Hey, Jan, you have no sense of fun! She puffs out her cheeks in displeasure before blowing the air out like a deflating balloon. You have to appreciate things like that, even if it's just an excuse to eat interesting things and dress up in the end. I'll be disappointed in you if you don't, okay? Before I can say anything, she turns to the side to inhale a croquette. After classes, I meet Shizune behind the school, where it seems she already set everything up sometime yesterday. She greets me with a short wave, and then with a flourish of the hammer already in hand, extends her arm towards the stalls behind her, some of them already half completed, others still haphazard piles of board bundled together with string. As time passes, I realize the pills can only do so much. I still get way more tired than should be normal. Luckily, Shizune's back is to me, so I can afford to take a lot of breaks without having to worry about her wondering why. I stop to think about it, though. I start to feel pretty guilty for taking advantage of her inability to hear that my hammer has stopped banging. It's a terrible thing to be happy about. Her work ethic is admirable. It's obvious that it bores her, even annoys her, but she doesn't slacken her pace. When she gets tired nailing a stall together with one arm, she switches to the other. Shizune! I feel like an idiot the second I say her name. I can't tell her what I think. There's a hammer in my hand as well, and in the end, I feel like I have to keep up with her. I can't slack off either, especially when it's just the two of us. There's no time to sign, no opportunity, not even for a compliment for a job well done. Even something as casual as that would require me to put my hammer down, get her attention, then sign it to her. Simple gesture turned into something so needlessly complex, with a single footstep taken on a road that's longer than first imagined. I've known her long enough to know this, and still forgot it. Ears filled with the rhythmic knocking of nails being driven into wood. It's actually kind of nice, after a while. To pass the monotony of the task at hand, I try to match my hammering to Shizune's, then alternate it, try and form a beat. Of course, she doesn't notice. Makes me wonder, does the lack of sound make this work even more drawn out and boring to her? Is it strange being unable to hear the results of her actions even as she feels the vibrations through her fingers? Or having no concept of sound, does it bother her at all? I'm distracted. I didn't notice Shizune sneaking up on me until her head pops into view.
Taking a break?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, let's do that. You can understand sign language. That makes it more convenient for both of us, even though you hid it from me. Why?
Why what?
Why did you decide to take sign language?
Her eyes don't break off from mine even for a second. If she needs to read my response, her peripheral vision is good enough. When she has something in her gaze, she doesn't look away. It's strange how piercing her eyes can be, dark as a lake at night. Because I wanted to. It seemed like it would come in handy. And it did, didn't it?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't catch any of that. See, this kind of thing still comes up now and then. Wish Misa was here.
She has work to make up for, doesn't she? That might be partly my fault. Misha does not need supplemental lessons. Her grades aren't the best, but she understands how the decisions she makes affects others. That puts her ahead of many people. Especially certain ones.
Ah. She doesn't forget things easily.
Your sign language is very good. You're learning oddly fast.
I've been taking classes for a while now, and it's kind of easy to pick up after a while through immersion or osmosis, that kind of thing. It's not too bad. And if I'm really stuck, Misha's there too. Guess I spoke too soon. I didn't understand any of that. Time to backpedal. Well, it's actually not that easy. It's actually hard as hell. Like trying to pick up broken glass. We are on a Shizune route, Rain. Emmy will appear when Emmy appears, but it's... Knowing the characterization here, it's highly unlikely that she'll turn up on this route. But you never know. I guess in some ways it's interesting as well, like an adventure. Well, no.
Picking up broken glass is not an adventure.
Sure it is. It's just challenging.
If you use a dustpan and a broom, it's not.
I feel frustrated and sad. When I look up, I realize she has a can of soda in her hand. Where'd you get that? I forget to sign it, but she understands anyway, following my eyes, and produces another one from behind her back. She tosses it in my direction, and I catch it with both hands.
I brought an extra one for you.
She pauses to slide her fingernail under the tab of the can and pop it open before setting it aside for a moment.
If you are going to try and help me so much, then I have to look out for you too. It's only natural. If you are going to learn sign language, that is entirely different. I'm naturally going to be impressed. What separates the two is obligation.
Hey, you! Welcome to the stream! What's this? This is Katawa Shoujo. I'm so glad you could join us, Em! I hope you're doing well. Actually, Em, I'm glad you're here. At some point, you and I need to talk. I have a coding question for you. So if you could remind me when the stream is over, so we can chat, that would be awesome. downs her drink in one go, stretches her arms behind her back, and jumps to her feet.
Okay, back to work.
And like that, it's over. Shizune returns to her work with the same energy as before. Lingering traces of a smile on her face, the only evidence that she had taken a break at all. As I do the same, I think that Misha was right in saying everything would work out for the best. Everything so far seems to be going in that direction. Misha swings by as it starts to get darker, looking just as tired as I feel, and Shizune decides to stop for today. As we cover the day's work and go our separate ways, I look at how fluidly they talk to each other, how easily they laugh together as they walk to their dorm. It makes me appreciate Misha's skill at sign language more. Wonder if I'll ever reach that level, or if I even will have the time to.
Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and ring those bells. That's all I have for today. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye, everyone.